On to you, Virgos. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and then you Virgos have the Star card. Okay. So there's a sense of you Virgos, right? Choosing to actually have some sort of a recess when it comes to dating and mating. Because the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Star card represents what it is that you see others wanting, which is money and fame. They're not really interested in really getting to know you. They're just interested in trying to get your money and trying to get you to pay for things. And especially in today's era, social media constantly shaping people's perceptions of what a real relationship is about. You Virgos would rather just be single for right now. There's a real sense of you not really necessarily looking. Like I said before, the Seven of Pentacles, they want money. You know, they interact with you. They always want to specifically get something out of you. It's about money. It's never about love. It's never about them caring about you. It's never about actually being in a relationship with you or wanting to build the spiritual and physical union with you, right? Because they willing to listen to you Virgos, and actually they care about you Virgos. They like what Virgo represents, right? They like what you represent. It's funny because people talk so much about how Virgos are the most picky signs of the zodiac, but yet if people only understood how hypocritical that is, because they actually spend so much time picking apart the Virgos down to a T, constantly telling us Virgos about what it is, how it is that we're not living up. So it's quite hypocritical, you know. And this is what has me starting to think that yes, Virgos can be picky, but only certain conditions, because I'm starting to really understand that that's actually a misnomer. It's really people are super picky against Virgos, really. Because the way that they'll treat us is very picky. It's very, in their mind, very elitist. Like, oh, because you Virgos don't have this and you don't look this way, I'm not going to give you decency or do anything for you because you don't deserve it. But they won't actually define what deserving actually looks like. They're just talking about how you don't deserve to be treated with respect because you don't deserve it. You haven't earned it yet. And it's like, but while at the same time deliberately ignoring all of the great things that you Virgos bring to the table. So the Five of Wands and the Four of Cups, this is the reason why it is that you'll stay away. You are staying away because the Five of Wands and the Four of Cups, it's hard to date people because they have this misconception that they do not want to get out of. They want to make things difficult for you while at the same time ignore all of the great things that you Virgos actually do right now that you bring to the table. So it's a sense of you Virgos getting to know people, and they won't even give you Virgos a try, but then they'll project and they'll say, oh, well, you Virgos are super picky, sadomasochism. Y'all are super picky. Y'all don't know how to be content with anything. And it's like, yeah, that is a Virgo, but that is a Virgo who has not that is the mind of a Virgo who is super worried because they have not really come to terms with their own level of comfortability within themselves. That is a Virgo being picky, super picky like that, is really a Virgo whose mind is worried and is all over the place and is actually kind of frazzled because they're trying to figure out what exactly it is that they want, because they want one thing to have many different attributes and aspects of something. So in other words, having a significant other, a Virgo, right? Part of the reason why, if a Virgo is choosy, if a Virgo is cheating, right? And I'm not saying that Virgos should be doing this. I'm just saying it for cross watchers who's with a Virgo or who doesn't understand it, right? But wants to get a better understanding of the Virgo. That and for us Virgos as well. I'm doing it for us Virgos as well. Our minds can get that frazzled, picky, choosing kind of way because we're trying to get one thing, but it has many different attributes to it, to where we're covered here, covered here, covered here. We're covered in many different ways. It's not just we're covered here, but then we're so covered to the extreme in this way, to the point where we have a glaring weakness in this aspect of it. And this goes for anything. And so the situation with that is, this speaks to the quality of the relationships of what I'm talking about. Why Virgos, we will and do get up and leave, right? Especially the Virgos who are more in touch with our spiritual side. Because when us Virgos get in touch with our spiritual side, then we get in touch with our emotional side, and we're able to actually understand ourselves better, because we understand the spiritual component, the logical component, right, which is the scientific component that we have. Then we have the emotional feeling component of it, and at that point, when we begin to understand ourselves better, that's when it is that we start to leave people left and right, because once again, they're making it difficult on us Virgos deliberately. They're not trying to give us any kind of nourishment. Like, it's the stupidest thing in the world. They want us to be in relationships with them that they will not give anything to us whatsoever. So we're supposed to marry them. We're supposed to be in long-term relationships. We're supposed to do right by them. We're supposed to do all of this stuff. But then at the same time, we're not getting anything substantial in return. We're not getting anything. We're not getting any substance in return. People telling us that we're ugly, we don't deserve. People start using the word like deserve. Like, what do you mean deserve? Us Virgos will be busting our butts, and people still talk about how we don't deserve to be treated with respect. While at the same time, if we get up and leave and we say, okay, since you don't appreciate the hard work that we've been putting in, fine then. Whether it's business, relationships, right? Romantic relationships, whether it's business, whether it's friendships, whether it's family matters, it doesn't matter. Now it's like the Four of Cups though, because they're hubris. And this is why us Virgos are deciding to take a recess as of right now. Just chill out for a little bit, because of the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, which is Virgo, and the Wheel of Fortune. Let people see what life is like without us. You know, let people actually go out and experience what life is like without us, because people are stupid enough as it is. The ideology that they literally only understand what they realize until they don't have you Virgos in their lives anymore. And then you have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands. But up until that point, now us Virgos, we've essentially left the building. We're choosing to be on a little bit of a break now, you know, a little bit of a hibernation time. And that's what the Hermit represents, hibernating, right? right? Hibernation. We're going to sleep. We're actually being able to just chill out a little while by ourselves and enjoy our times being single, because us as Virgos will do that. We will literally be single for a while and time that, plan being single for a while. And I'm not saying that we snap our fingers and then we get ourselves in relationships, but I mean, like, turn it off and on, in the sense that we will not even look, we won't even talk to people romantically. We will, if we speak to people, we're trying to give people an understanding that we're not flirting with them. We're not trying to flirt. We're not interested. We're letting them know it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with them being attracted or not attracted. In a time where you Virgos would be looking, you would probably be attracted to them, or at least give them a chance, or a try, or look to, or want to see if they are actually worthy enough to have you in their life. But at the same time, it's this sense of, but when you're not looking, you want people to know that you're not looking, and you don't want them to assume, because you're giving them evidence that you're not necessarily into them. And see, the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands is about you Virgos really being in a situation where this is where it is that you Virgos are right now. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. That would be a better pick. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Star card, the Nine of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yet again. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups and the Star card. Again, you Virgos would still like to meet and be with someone that is actually capable of understanding you without giving you all these issues. You know, love is the weakest portion of us Virgos' life, because like I said before, everybody always wants to get transactional about it. You know, yeah, they'll be in a relationship with you Virgos, but that and the third is happening. So what happens is that the majority of us Virgos, we're actually bachelors and bachelorettes. We're actually, there are a lot more single Virgos or unmarried Virgos, or just single Virgos in general, than there are Virgos that are married, because Venus falls in Virgo, right? Venus falls in Virgo. Love and stuff like this, we understand love a lot better than what people think, and it's because of that understanding why it doesn't work, because people don't understand what love is. They're looking at love from like a commodity, they're looking at love from a Libran commoditized standpoint of like Valentine's Day, where you have to go out and get your significant other something and spend some money on a box of chocolates and like some roses, and if you don't spend any kind of money on your significant other, then it means that you don't care about the person. So it's like with us Virgos, knowing that that's not necessarily love. Love is Valentine's Day is a holiday in which you can really choose to either embrace and practice it for that day, or choose not to. It's more so in a sense of if it's something that it is that you want. And see, the thing is that the Nine of Cups represents how, again, there's no reason for us Virgos to be practicing, a lot of us, to be practicing Valentine's Day, or for us Virgos, much more generally, to really even just spend something on somebody just because they want us to spend. Because once again, going right back to the beginning of the reading, it's so sad, you know. They come around us, and then it's like they try to commoditize themselves. They make themselves a commodity. Like, oh, you got to spend this, you got to spend that, you got to spend this, and it's like, you Virgos know better than that. You Virgos are like, no, you're not going to spend anything on them, because why do you have to spend anything on them to step on out with them? And it's not even really the money. The money is not the problem. You will spend something on someone when you're not obligated to. It has to come from the heart. This is the one thing that a lot of people refuse to essentially understand, that they would have everything that they want if they let Virgo just do their own thing and stop trying to control a Virgo, and let Virgo come out with what they want and present what it is that they want, without having to run game and letting the Virgos do it organically from the heart. That's a bar that's going to go over a lot of people's heads. That is a bar like a rap lyric that is going to go over a lot of people's heads. They're not going to understand what it is that I just said right there. But you Virgos will. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section, called a Linktree link. Also, too, you can contact me for my cybersecurity services, you know, protection and everything like that. You can basically just tell me what it is that you want me to help you with the computer, whether it's you having a bug problem, right? A bug problem, or in the computer, if you know what I mean. You know, malware, phishing, whatever, or if you just like to contact me for general defense. But that's pretty much it, though. Peace.